Live from the undisclosed location, this is the Caped Informers number 3, episode 3, the best. My name's Brady, of course. With me, as always, is Christian Strand. Christian, how you doing today, bud?
Very good, Brad. Very good. Can't believe it's already number 3 already.
I know. It seems like just yesterday we started this. It's just us today, though.
Yeah,
it's just us. No Caped Informer. No Caped Informer. No hooded figure. No hooded figure. Yep. No Dan, no Ryan today. It's just us. Just the way we intended it to be.
You know, sometimes you got some people, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, we're always looking for people on the show. Mm-hmm. So, you listeners, you guys ever want to send us something to talk about, just do it, Twitter.
Love feedback.
Yeah, we love it. All right. So, on the list of to-do today, we're going to talk about some Arrow. We're going to talk about Gotham. We're going to talk about...
Literally minute news right now.
Yeah.
Something just happened with Gotham.
Why don't you... Do you want to start it off?
Yeah, last time we talked all about Batman, Superman, comic book movies. So let's focus on TV.
Yes.
So
this week's all TV, folks. So
all right.
Sit back and here we go.
So big moment today.
Minutes ago.
Literally minutes ago. Just saw it. Ben McKenzie from Southland. That's on TNT. He was just cast as Commissioner Gordon in the Fox TV show Gotham.
Yep. And for those of you that don't know, this is just about the commish. No, we're not going to see Batman. We're not going to see
that was
any of those.
No, that was what they initially announced.
Oh, now they think we're going to see Batman.
Now the rumor is that they're trying to cast right now for the pilot like a 10-year-old Bruce Wayne. Now, I don't know if we're going to see Commissioner Gordon investigating the Wayne murders. It's a possibility.
It is a possibility.
Now they're saying we're going to see Batman villains, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the main things they came out with when they first announced this show was that it was just going to be like, a young Commissioner Gordon who was just on the force, just a regular cop. He's not even the commissioner yet. He's just Gordon. And it was really going to be focusing all on the greatest villains of Gotham's history. And me and you were talking before, they're talking about getting the Penguin in. They're talking about getting these sort of things.
They were saying that the first major villain's going to be the Penguin. But I kind of have a problem with that.
Jonah
Hill? Well, we got Jesse Eisenberg.
That's true. Hill. And we already talked about that, so we're not going to focus on that.
But with the Penguin and a lot of Batman's other criminals, I've always seen it as, I feel a lot of people feel the same way, as those criminals, those personas, maybe the criminal was out there, the Edward Nygma was out there, they were out there, they were doing bad things, but those, criminal personas weren't there until after the Bat showed up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the Joker wasn't around before the Bat showed up. Obviously, we think it's Red Hood and that kind of thing. But you know what I'm saying? So, if we see Oswald Cobblepot, is he going to be the Penguin or is he going to be Oswald Cobblepot?
That's true.
And on top of that, I've always kind of thought that Bruce and Oswald were kind of the similar age. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's from the 1992 movie when they were the same age. Danny DeVito. Maybe it was maybe it's just because if you read Gates of Gotham with Scott Snyder and Kyle Higgins, when they talked about the 3 big families in Gotham were the Waynes, the Cobblepots, and the Elliots, Tommy Elliott, Hush, that kind of stuff. But I always thought they were of a similar age. So now we're going to get a young Bruce, sounds like 10. Mm-hmm. We're getting a young Gordon, right? He's the new detective in town, right? Maybe a year 1 type Gordon, which is funny because Ben McKenzie voiced Batman in year 1.
Yep.
So Batman's Gordon.
Do you know anything?
But but the Penguin, are we going to see an old Oswald, a young Oswald? Why do we need him at all? Why can't it just be the kind of crime families like the Carmine Falcones and the Sal Maronis and the Sophia Giganta?
Yeah. No, that's
like a Sopranos, but with fucking
Batman.
Jim Gordon.
Yeah. Huh. Sorry, I had to burp.
It's also going to be on Fox, so who the hell knows?
Yeah. Doesn't Fox... I know we swore we weren't going to talk about it, but doesn't Fox do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too?
No, Fox does ABC because ABC is owned by Disney.
All right. Well, Anyways, regardless, yeah, that's interesting to think about. They are kind of the same age in that movie, but who knows? Maybe we'll see. What other
Villains?
what villains would you like to see? I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see. Not like a Killer Croc or something like that. Not like a mutated person because they can't really do anything. Maybe like little Easter eggs to hint that he's there, but we don't see him.
Like Croc?
Yeah, like
I'm thinking,
I don't know.
dude. Like, I don't think there's gonna be any superpowered people or.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
That.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thinking you got a young Bruce. You don't have the Bat. You just have Gordon. That's what I was just thinking. A lot of the crime family stuff, but like. I don't know how long they can play that out for. You know what I mean?
know.
Especially, like, you're having a show about Jim Gordon, and maybe you could do it like Gotham Central. Do you know about Gotham Central, that series?
Comics?
Yeah, the comic series Gotham
I don't
Central.
know that one.
That was a series, I think it was started, Ed Brubaker, I think that was him. And it was in the mid-2000s, and they focused mostly on the Gotham Police Department. And how they dealt with cases, not really what the Batman was doing.
Oh, so maybe it is something like that. Then.
So that's what people were talking about. So people were thinking that they would be casting other people from there, like Renee Montoya. I think it's Crispus Allen. Crispus Allen.
We know you can't speak English.
I know. All right, yeah, I can't say anyone's name that isn't like so simplistic.
But yeah, that's something to keep your eye out for. And the coming times.
What do you think of this Mackenzie casting, though?
To be honest with you, I've never seen Southland. I don't really know too much about him.
Yeah, he looks the part.
Do you know anything about him?
I just know he's voiced Batman in year one.
If anybody knows anything about this guy, has seen Southland, knows how he acts, let us know because we'd like to talk about it more.
Like, I haven't seen a negative reception. I feel like he looks kind of like a young Gordon. He looks like around the similar age I would suspect a Gordon to look like when he transferred from Chicago. Yeah, that's all we've really ever known about Gordon's past is he transferred from Chicago. While we're on the topic of Gordon's life, you think he's going to have Barbara his wife, Barbara his daughter, James Jr.?
Maybe we could see James Jr. Black Mirror James Jr.?
No, I'm thinking like
very young kid.
Like the one Batman saves for the bridge in year one, not James Jr.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. I definitely think he's got to be married. I mean, or maybe we'll see a wedding. Maybe we'll see that.
You want to see like Gordon fall in love?
You never know. You really do never know.
If it was CW, he'd need a love triangle, a love interest.
That's very true. Well, thank God it's not on the CW, but that's something interesting to just keep an eye out for, I guess.
Well,
what do you think?
Yeah, that's a possibility. He meets Barbara, and then they fall in love or whatnot.
Or maybe he's already married.
Because
maybe
if you think about it, all right, let's think of the timeline again. All right, Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson. How much younger are they than Bruce? If Bruce is 10,
that's true.
Right? We're never going to see it. I'm like, I heard rumors that they were going to have a Batman, and then I was thinking about this idea, like, what if you did, like current things, like current cases of an older Gordon and, like, Bruce, and the whole show is mostly, like, a flashback time thing, but, like, that's kind of... It's kind of
that's.
But like that's what I thought of when they're saying there's going to be Batman. I'm like, how the hell is there going to be Batman if there's a 10-year-old Bruce?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want it to be a Smallville thing where we sit there to see him in the
just
cape
wait.
and cowl.
Yeah,
Batman out of the cape and cowl is interesting. Like it is interesting to see the 0 year with Scott, what he's doing right now over at DC, when you got a pre-Cape and Cowl Bruce Wayne and like the training he went through. But we're not going to see that. He's a 10-year-old kid. Yeah. We're going to see Gordon, and we're going to see what he's doing. The corruption in the Gotham Police Department, is that where the show's going to be at?
I mean, it's up in the air right now. Who knows? There's a handful of possibilities.
Who's another Batman villain you could see? Black Mask? Roman Silas?
Maybe. Did we already say Riddler?
Well, like, some people were thinking, because, the Edward Nygma character, he's been several different things. So, like, incarnations. There's been the Eddie Nash kind of one who's a police detective.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, you could go that route if you wanted to.
I know.
I'm not a huge fan of that route, personally.
Well, and then there's the 0-year line where he was a Wayne employee.
Oh, yeah? Well,
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's
to say the
interesting.
least. I don't know. It'll be
What,
it'll definitely be something worth checking out, that whole show.
I want to see it. I want to see it succeed, but I have my doubts with Fox. I mean, they cancel great shows. I mean, we're talking about some good shows they were doing today. Undeclared, Firefly,
Yeah, that's
Freaks
true.
and Geeks.
But I have to say I am a huge fan of Following.
The Following.
If anybody watches that show, I'm a huge fan. I think.
Now, what kind of tone does that show follow? Is it a dark tone?
Oh yeah, very. I mean, serial killer who does all his killings off of. Oh God, what's his name?
It's off of what? Like social media?
No. It's based
Tweet
off
this
of.
kill. Retweet if you killed this guy.
I can't even think of the author right now. An author. Very dark author. When you say, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart right now, but whatever. It's not important right now.
Okay. But that's a good show.
Kevin,
on Fox.
I mean, Kevin Bacon's, he's Kevin Bacon, but he does a great job, and it's a good show. It's got a great following.
A great following on the following. So you're saying that Fox has a dark type show. So you're saying that you think there's a possibility it could be a kind of dark that we could get. Like everybody's dream on these type of shows is that we get like the HBO and we can see everything. It's never going to happen though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Maybe with the Daredevil show on Netflix, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Netflix has a lot of freedom with what they can do, but once again, the problem with the Marvel is Disney.
Yeah.
The Disneyfication of Marvel, and especially you feel that felt in Marvel animation.
Yeah.
Where Marvel gets their ass handed to them by DC.
That's true.
In the animation department, but DC consistently gets their ass handed to them in the movie department. So
it's very true. I'm currently looking up the
name of
that author, and I can't find it.
Burn a hole in your brain.
If you want to bring in the next segment, if you want.
All right. That's enough on Ben McKenzie.
Yes.
Good luck, young sir. We'll be looking forward to that pilot. They're going to be shooting that soon. Hopefully, it comes out in the fall. And
I know.
We'll get a full order.
We'll see though.
We'll get that. So let's talk about a little bit about before we talk about Arrow this week. Let's talk about there was a whole slew of castings for the Flash show. Another pilot.
Yeah.
Another DC pilot. DC's putting out all sorts of pilots. Marvel's putting all sorts of shows on. We're in like a golden age of like comic book related.
This is
media.
like a golden age almost. It's every day it's something new, which is awesome for us because it never gets old. We could have podcasts every week, which we're trying to get going.
Tons of stuff going on.
So
the Flash show, right?
Yep.
So what we've seen is the last thing we saw in Arrow was Barry get struck with the lightning.
Mm-hmm.
The chemicals, the whole particle acceleration. Yes, particle acceleration. Thank you. So that's the last thing we saw. So what is going to happen next? Where are we going to go from here? That's what I want to see in the pilot. I want to see Barry in the suit.
Yep.
I want to see the Rogues.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're going to see the Rogues all at once, obviously.
Maybe not.
They're not going to show up all at one time.
No, absolutely
But from what we do know is that they casted Grant Gustin is obviously, he was from Glee and he was on Arrow as Barry. He's going to still be Barry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And they casted Detective West and his daughter Iris West. Now, everyone knows Iris West goes to become Barry Allen's wife.
Yes.
And on this iteration, she's African American. I think we talked about.
Hey,
this
check that out. Hey, exactly. Like what we were saying. I think we were talking about. Well, we used to talk about this back in the day before Ben Affleck was casted as Batman and Bruce Wayne. We used to say, "Oh, why not get an African American to play Bruce Wayne? Who cares?
Black Batman. It'd be cool.
How awesome would that be?
I know this is the name everyone throws out there, but Idris Elba is the man.
Yeah.
And everybody likes him. And, I mean, everyone wants to see him as Bond. Everyone wants to see him as Batman. It'd just be cool. I'm cool with that. Someday, maybe.
We'll see.
But Iris, African-American, cool. They casted some girl from the show The Game. I've never heard of it.
The Game? I don't know. I haven't heard of it either.
But she, her name's Candace Patton, I think.
Candace Patton.
Yeah, I've never seen her before, but
didn't we also see a Killer Frost reference?
we did. Yeah, they casted Caitlin Snow, which is who I have seen before, Danielle Panabaker.
Ah, okay.
All right, everyone remembers her from Disney Channel, Sky High, where she played kind of the Poison Ivy type thing going
Which is
there.
cool. So she's got the whole thing.
Was she in Jesus Christ, with Jared Padalecki? She was in
Gossip Girl?
The remake of 13. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
She was of 13.
13 what? But yeah, she's. I like that. I can
yeah. Well, they got detective. Of course, she's a detective's daughter. Because, like I said before, you can only date a girl if you're a superhero. The detective's daughter.
Yeah.
No one else is attractive.
Come on, Ollie. Figure it out, man.
Her dad fights crime.
But yeah, so that's major news too, and Killer Frost. A lot of people don't know about her.
It's not usually a
popular villain.
A popular villain or a Flash villain. She's usually, if I would say, Firestorm villain.
Yeah, I would too. But you know what? If anyone has Injustice out there, she's a cool character. She's got some really cool like fighting power and shit like that. So
they're definitely going with the new 52 iteration.
Yep.
It seems. And Jeff Johns seemed to have a big voice on this show.
Oh,
a little more so than on Arrow.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he's come out and done episodes of Arrow, teleplay and script and such. But it seems like he wants to be a big part of this. And, Jeff was a big reason why Barry's back in continuity, because he's the one who brought Barry back and took away Wally. And I'm a huge Wally guy. Wally's my actual favorite Flash. I like Barry. Barry's a different character than Wally is. Him and Hal have a different relationship than Wally and John or Wally and Hal. And yeah, that's definitely a positive direction for the show to go in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With and here's a question for you, dude. When the Rogues do show up, all right, and they will, they have to. The showrunners have said that they are going to go in a more sci-fi direction with this compared to just a crime direction like they do with Arrow. A little more realism in Arrow. This is a little more sci-fi because Barry's got powers, obviously. Do you think that when the Rogues show up, they're going to have powers like they do in the New 52 iteration, or they're not going to have powers? They're going to have their Captain Coldness freeze gun, Weather Wizard with his, weather stick, that's what we call it. That sort of thing. What do you think?
Well, here's an interesting take on it. Do you think that when that whole thing happened in Arrow, do you think not just Barry, but they got struck and their particles got all realigned, and that's what caused them to get their sort of powers? And depending on where they were,
you're saying that you think the Rogue's going to show up because you think
I think they're going to show up not with particles.
They're all going to have speed.
I think they're going to show up with powers. I don't think it's going to be like a non-power thing. I think they're all going to show up with powers.
Yeah. All right. Well, I kind of like the powers thing. I like the powers, non-powers. I just like the Rogues, right? The Flash is a different sort of hero than Green Arrow is, or than Batman is. He is beloved by his city, Central City, the Twin Cities, sometimes Keystone City.
Yep.
So, like, he's beloved. He's like the sheriff that rounds up the bad guys.
Yep.
And I hope they kind of take. I'm not saying comedic. I'm not saying laugh out loud, laugh your ass off type show. But I hope they take a little lighter sci-fi tone.
Yeah.
And it'd be fun. And I hope the Flash show is fun. Arrow is a little darker, a little more serious. It tries to take that kind of Nolanly. A new ad?
We'll make it a word. Nolanly. Everything that's dark now will be Nolanly.
Very Nolanly.
Christopher Nolanly.
Can't wait to see that new Christopher Nolanly movie. Yeah, so it's got that. The Arrow has the kind of Nolan vibe, so I would hope a kind of lighter show. You got the counterbalance. You can do crossovers, this and that.
Do you think that we were just talking about it off air? But do you think we would see Arrow and the Flash meet up now that they have separate shows? You think they'll do some?
They're ran by the same showrunners. They're on the same network. They've been established in the same universe. We'll see a crossover at some
which
point.
Is going to be awesome. So we can all look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's going to be cool.
Okay. Two more people we haven't talked about who are casted on the Flash pilot.
Okay.
As the Detective West, Jesse L. Martin.
Okay.
He was on the original Law and Order. You ever watch that?
I wasn't really a big Law and Order fan, to be honest with you.
SVU or Go Home.
SVU.
Yeah, SVU. And
I get forced to watch
SVU is depressing, man. You watch
it. Really is.
You take a lot. It takes a lot out of you. But back to Jesse L. Martin. Yeah, he's perfect, I think. He's played detective before.
It's in his blood.
It's in his blood. He's going to be kind of like the foster figure to Barry, a kind of foster father, because from what we know, from what Barry said, is that his mother was killed and they blamed his father. Now,
you know what? We do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I do want to jump in real quick and say, will we see Reverse Flash?
That's exactly what I was actually.
Oh, you were going to say that. Okay, then.
So fuck you. I was gonna say that. So what I was going to say is the last person they cast in the pilot was actually a guy from the Vampire Diaries, and he was casted in the role of, I think it's Eddie Thawne. Now,
Eddie Thong?
Not Thong. Thawne.
Thawne?
Thawne. T-H-A-W. Eddie.
Okay.
Thawne. All right, not Thawne. All right, so this dude, and it says he's a new cop to the force. We all know Barry works as a C, kind of like Dexter.
Yep.
Not like Dexter, he doesn't murder people. We see that he kind of has. I don't know what the fuck I'm going with that. What I'm trying to say is that Eddie Ebedon, I think it's Ebedon Thawne from the future, because they're saying that this new detective is hiding a secret. Eddie Thawne, definitely an alias. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see Reverse Flash, because they made the reverse drop in they dropped the hint about it
in Arrow.
Yep.
So. Well, think about it. Ebedon Thawne, Eddie Thawne. I mean, no one's going to hire a guy named Ebedon.
Well, it's Ebedard. Ebedard.
So reverse that.
Fuck his name, whatever. He's going to be there.
All right. So yeah, the Flash it really does look promising. And
it's exciting.
Yet another DC hero is born in our small TV, and it's been awesome. I mean, we can all thank Arrow for this. And the writers for Arrow and the creators of Arrow. They are absolutely killing it.
Hey, I just want to say a quick thing. If you're all against Ben Affleck not getting a second shot of Batman, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of that dead horse if I'm gonna beat it. The guys who write Arrow, are the same guys who made Green Lantern. And the movie Green Lantern, and that movie is dog shit.
Yep.
But you see, they got a second chance for television. They didn't give up on these guys. They worked hard at it. They got through that first season, and now we're getting DC TV like we've never seen before.
And you know what? Ben has said on countless occasions, I mean, I don't know why you guys are hating on this, because he's promised us that he will take this seriously. And, you know, you see those articles on Movie Pilot, which is, I got to go on the record saying this is the fucking worst superhero website that I've ever seen, ever. So, they're saying, oh, Ben's not taking the role serious. He's not good enough. I wanted someone like Christian Bale. If you still want... Look, nothing against Christian Bale. Absolutely nothing. He did a great job. But you got to understand this is what they do with Batman. They recycle him with new people every so years. And, you know, it's Ben's time to shine. And me and Christian may be one of the few that are still behind him. But you know what?
I think there's a rising tide. I think the tide's changing.
I think a lot of people have gone from hating it to accepting it and giving him a chance, which is good. You guys should. You haven't seen the movie yet. You don't know anything. Like, just shut the fuck up.
I'm not saying that these guys know what's up. All right, they know what's up. All right,
they don't know the script or anything.
But back to Arrow. All right, so Flash, we're excited. Another pilot season in the fall. Get ready. Erections ready. Boom.
Ejaculating ready.
Ejaculating. Speaking of ejaculating, I fully had an ejaculation moment If that's
by the way, we're talking Arrow now.
about
so
yep.
This is Arrow.
I was just gonna say that. Thanks for cutting me off.
You're welcome.
Fuck
We're
you.
just reading our lines right now.
We're just so
Just call me
interlinked.
Brainiac, man.
Call me Brainiac.
But
Cumberbatch is Brainiac.
keep going.
That was my idea. So I totally had an erection moment, an ejaculation moment, a moment of pure ecstasy this week during Arrow. And
was it this week, or was it a couple weeks ago? If it's what I think you're talking about.
I'm talking about Nissa Al Ghul.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Nissa Al Ghul.
There's another part that I ejaculated
yeah.
at. We'll talk about that after.
God, we gotta stop ejaculating.
All right. Continue, my friend.
Yeah, all right. So there was a moment of pure ecstasy this week. Nissa Al Ghul, Talia's half-sister, Raish's other daughter.
Mm-hmm. Heir to the Demon.
Heir to the Demon.
Episode name and what her title was, which is kind of cool, I thought.
There had been Al Ghul hints all season that Sarah had done with the League in the past, and now we get this awesome thing when Nissa Al Ghul shows up. The writers decided to use her, which I thought was a good move because she's got
no ties to anyone else.
No, nothing. Like, you bring in Talia, everyone's going to be like,
Batman!
Where is Batman?
Where is he?
Where is Batman?
Should we expect to see Batman?
We need him. So, like, that's what everyone would be thinking. So, I would be thinking the same fucking thing, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, if Talia's here, where is her beloved? Where is my beloved?
Bane? We're going to see a Bane reference.
Jesus Christ. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Okay, so Miss Al Ghul shows up, and we know she wants to bring Sarah back to the League of Assassins because she's sworn the oath. She's supposed to be there. She's supposed to help them do what they do, take out people. And Sarah doesn't want to do that anymore. So when we see them first meet up, we initially think, oh shit's gonna go down. They're about to fight. Nissa's got a fucking knife out.
Yep.
They're walking towards each other, and what happens? This is huge spoilers. Skip 10 seconds ahead if you haven't watched yet.
Actually, skip over this whole section if you haven't watched yet, because we're going to be talking about the whole episode and previous episodes. So if you're not caught up, you might as well pause it and skip ahead about 10 minutes or so. But
you should get caught up. Trust me, guys. So what happens is she walks up with a knife,
holsters it,
or
sheaths it.
Sheaths.
Is that the right word?
That's the proper term.
Sheaths it.
And I unsheathed my cock because
we get a makeout scene.
Huge makeout scene.
Who saw that coming?
I did not.
Who knew? Did you guys know? I didn't know. I was like...
I was in shock. I was like, holy shit. Wow.
And not only did it happen once, but it didn't happen twice?
Yeah, it did. Now, this isn't just some fanboy, like, make out, have girls make out on screen. They actually gave legitimate reasons.
Yep.
That we know now that Sarah and Ollie get separated at some point on the island.
And we're probably going to see that
very soon.
Yeah, next couple episodes.
And we know that Sarah was starving and on the verge of death, and Nissa found her, and through that, they kind of fell in love. Mm-hmm. Now, if you had Talia on the show, you couldn't do that. Because everyone would be like,
where's
Talia loves Bruce Wayne. She doesn't love Sarah Lance, who's even the real Black Canary. But, like, with the whole, like, blank slate on Nissa, on Nissa, they had the ability to kind of humanize this assassin in a way. It was,
which was strange, because when we see League of Assassins, we saw it in this episode, that guy, whereas everyone else, he fucking poisoned himself and he's dead. I mean, these guys are badass to the fucking bone, man. They're not humanized, they are not known to make like any sort of emotional connection with anybody.
Yes, exactly.
And it was really, really interesting to see this brought to our attention. It's like, okay, this is something weird here. Like, what is going on? And you really could tell how much of an emotional connection they had. Where another spoiler here, where at the very end she took the snake venom, and Nessa pretty much broke down and did not know what to do. And, then Ollie comes along and they start... That fight scene was fucking epic, by the way. That move when she backflipped off the thing and grabbed her bow was unbelievable. So not only is she hot, but she could fucking fight,
she was
too.
on Spartacus.
Yeah, she was good.
On Spark, and she did her own stunts. She was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
As Nyssa.
What
you were saying about the emotional, it meant a lot for a villain, because we get so many on Arrow. We get a villain once a week.
Yeah,
kind
which
of
is cool.
Well, we get some like really throwaway people, but they really made sure Nyssa had some kind of human connection where you could kind of feel for her a little bit. But trust me, guys, they make sure that you know she's still a villain. She's still willing to kidnap, kill, do anything to get the girl that she wants.
We kind of skipped over this part, but she does kidnap Sarah's mother, who happens to be, I don't know if you guys caught this, but her name is Dinah Lance.
Yeah.
Who is the real alias for Black Canary?
The original Black Canary.
Who is it? Dinah Lance.
Dinah Lance.
But, that's another... But that could be something that
here's a question
they want
for
to
you,
do.
What? Episode 3, when the Dollmaker captured Laurel, did anyone give a shit if Holly saved her or not? I was just hoping they kicked her out.
No.
Does anyone give a shit if they saved Dinah Lance? She was a bitch. She left Detective Lance. Good guy.
I will say this. Besides,
he gets screwed over.
My top 5 favorite characters in this whole thing, obviously Ollie.
He doesn't even come in my top 10.
He's unreal. Diggle.
Dig. Love the addition of Diggle.
Which they finally put him in the comics, which I thought was pretty cool.
They did. I feel like, as of late, Diggle hasn't been getting to do a lot.
But maybe that's
there's been
because...
so many other characters, like Colton Hayes as Roy and Arsenal, and now you got Sarah in the fucking Arrow Cave,
which is awesome.
Banging in the Arrow Cave.
Yeah.
Wait until Felicity sees that on the cameras.
There's the love triangle.
Some CW love coming on.
But so we got Ollie, then Dig, then Roy, and then I like Lance, Detective Lance. I think he's right up there with.
I liked his change of heart kind of thing they had.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like all of a sudden 1 minute he's like, I fucking hate Arrow, like Katie Cassidy and Laurel did, and then the next thing she's like, I need the Arrow. He had to go through this whole thing of demotion and had to rely on Ollie with the earthquake machine and all that stuff to finally get a chance to trust this guy. And even when they were with the Dollmaker, that episode, which I still think it was my favorite episode.
The Dollmaker one?
That was an incredible mixture of a character from the comics getting kind of redone for television with, oh man, was it dark as shit.
It was so dark. Oh my god.
And you get to see now if Gotham is anything like that, sold.
Awesome.
100% sold.
And it could be because, jumping back to this real quick, people who watch Following, it's dark. You know what Fox can do. They can get really dark, and they can really kind of just pry the dark,
Glee's
fucked up.
Glee's a real dark fucking show.
Glee.
But you know the fucked up thing about Glee is the guys who write Glee write American Horror Story. They're the same guys.
Check that shit out. So there you go.
That's funny.
But
they're not on the same network, though,
no.
dude. So, all right, we got The Following. We got Family Guy. Well, what else is on Fox?
That's all
Brooklyn
I got.
Nine-Nine.
But you know what? We're not talking about Fox right now. We'll just hop back to
Arrow. Okay.
I'm just saying, that's a dark show. They could just get that dark.
Catch up with Nessa Al Ghul.
Okay.
Catch up. Big thing 2 weeks from now with Arrow, though. You see who the villain is? The Clock King?
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Yeah,
I didn't read that.
There's no episode this week.
There's not?
No.
What am I going to do this week? What am I going to do?
Sit there.
Fucking jerk off, watch Supernatural.
Jerk off, watch Supernatural. All male show.
All right, we love it. But 2 weeks from now, go Clock King.
Clock King. He's played by some guy from what's your show? Prison Escape.
Prison Break.
Prison Break.
Who is it?
Robert Nepper.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
He's kind of creepy. Yeah, he's playing the Clock King. Yeah.
All right. I went on record a long time ago saying that he would make a very good fucked up Joker, just because if you've ever watched Prison Break, he does a lot of fucked up shit. I'm talking real fucked up.
Okay.
And back in the day, I just kind of tossed out the idea like, hey, you should play the Joker and something, but I had no idea that he was going to be in this. That's awesome.
I thought you knew. No.
No. Oh, I'm really
Clock
looking
King,
forward to that now.
Clock King.
He's great. He was fantastic in Prison Break.
Well, yeah.
He's unbelievable.
So I read the description for the 1 and 2 weeks. not this week, but 2 weeks, it's clear that Felicity knows there's something going on between Sarah and Ollie. Diggle's always doing his thing. Diggle is awesome.
Diggle is
David
awesome.
Ramsey, who plays him, he's a fun addition to the Arrow team.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Ollie always has his team, you know what I mean?
Well,
Ollie has his team, Batman has his Alfred.
That's
Everyone needs an Alfred.
That's right.
Even Superman has the Fortress of Solitude.
Would you agree that Diggle is the Alfred to Ollie's Green Arrow kind of Batman thing?
Yeah, dude.
Just you separate everyone else, just those two.
You're just saying he's a butler?
Well, he's
a bodyguard.
He's a bodyguard.
Yeah, but
what's Alfred? He's technically a bodyguard.
See, the thing I like about Diggle is he's not afraid to go against Ollie.
That's right.
And he has before, and he's called him out on his shit. Because if you haven't noticed, guys, Ollie is a very big hypocrite a lot of the time.
You know what? He's kind of almost like Bruce Wayne a little bit. Because if you read, especially in these comics that, in the Zero Year, Alfred's like, you're good. You got to stop before you get yourself killed. And Bruce is obviously the huge asshole who just is like, no, I'm not listening to anyone but myself. And you kind of see those similarities between those two characters. That's what makes Green Arrow is that the fact that he's hypocritical and he'll always apologize. And in the show, he's always very like, you
Bruce
were
very
right.
seldomly apologizes.
No, never. I've never seen him. Maybe a couple times here and there.
One of my all-time favorite comic book moments was 2 years ago in Court of Owls, when Dick is yelling at Bruce to tell him what he knows about how his DNA ended up at that crime scene with William Cobb,
mm-hmm.
and Bruce knows that William Cobb is his grandfather,
mm-hmm.
and Dick's like, dude, what the? And then Batman just turns backhand punch right in Dick's face, and that the tooth falls out of Dick's head just to make a point. He could have told him it was there. He could have told him, look in the mirror. But that's what Bruce does. You know what I mean?
Bruce, he rules with an iron fist. Literally
not
and
really
figuratively.
rules with an iron fist, but
what he says goes, man.
Yeah,
But, hey, you kind of see the little similarities between Batman and Green Arrow, which is cool.
Well, I mean, when Green Arrow first came out, everyone said he was a Batman clone. So
you can kind of see it.
But, what they tried to do to differentiate is, 1, the island.
Mm-hmm.
2, they tried to do a thing when Ollie loses his fortune, which we could see on the show. Who the fuck knows?
Could you imagine?
Moria Queen is a slimy character that we all know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And she's running for mayor now, and we already got Summer Glau as the Russian chick who
mm-hmm.
wants to eat this company whole. We
mm-hmm.
got Slade Wilson, who said he wants to take everything away from Ollie. Maybe he takes away the company this season. Calling it now. The company's going down the fucking tubes. Queen Consolidated.
Queen Consolidated.
Queen Consolidated. When they asked Moria Queen to run for mayor, all I could think of was Danny DeVito in Batman Returns. The slimy person who killed 500 people months before.
Is that who you want running your city?
Well, right now, for the Starling City mayor, they have Brother Blood versus Moria Queen. Brother Blood's killed more people recently.
That's true.
But Moria Queen has the higher overall death total. And even if you want to just cut it in half, she still by far has the overall death total.
Pretty much, if you're a
Starling
citizen and you're headed to the polls on election day, you're pretty much voting for your favorite murderer, your favorite mass murderer. Who you got?
Who you got? Brother Blood. This guy's name is Sebastian Blood, and no one mentioned it until Felicity did. But they're like, wow, Blood, that's a bad name.
Could this... it can't be this guy, can it?
When Ollie and Brother Blood, quotations,
mm-hmm.
had that confrontation a few weeks ago, and he ended up getting killed,
mm-hmm.
and he pulled off the mask, and he saw it was that cop.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between Green Arrow and Batman.
Batman would have never
fell for that shit.
No way.
Ollie is more likely to.
Mm-hmm.
When Dick Grayson was Batman, he might have.
Maybe.
Probably not. Dick was trained by Bruce, and Bruce is more the detective. You know
mm-hmm.
what I mean? Ollie is, the Emerald Archer, the Enforcer.
Right.
Ollie is
the Green Arrow.
Yeah,
he's the Robin Hood.
In a way, yeah. In that first season, he was a Robin Hood.
He was.
And I hated that list.
Yeah,
you failed this city.
The list is kind of strange. But,
I'm glad he never says that anymore.
But do you know what part I really liked? And it was an episode a couple weeks ago. Was Shrapnel, I think was his name.
Shrapnel.
The very almost to the end where you see him and Ollie, and Ollie's got the arrow cocked, and he's like, "You let go of that arrow, this foot, like half the city will be destroyed." And what does he do? He lets go of the arrow, clicks it, and you look down, and he didn't hit him, but he snapped the wire, and I was just so taken back by that. I was like, "That is fucking badass." You don't get much more badass than that. I mean, that's unbelievable.
I thought the same thing. If you go back to season 1 with the Dodger, and I think we talked about this before on this show, when Ollie shoots those 2 arrows, I think he was using a kind of crossbow, and the Dodger had Felicity in the head thing, he was going to blow her up, and he hits him right in the nerves in his hands and can't move his fingers.
Yep. I mean, it's little things like that that are just so fucking cool. But speaking of so fucking cool,
fucking kid,
we saw a full suited Deathstroke.
Oh.
2 weeks ago.
That was so awesome.
And you heard his voice, and you're like,
was that the Laurel drug episode where she and she got fired? I think it was.
I think it was. Yeah,
and it was a mostly Laurel centric episode that you had to sit through because
it's.
Katie Cassidy, she had some good scenes last week. Where her character made sense, being angry at Sarah.
Yeah.
Because her sister...
Some characterization.
Her sister... I don't blame her. She's like, you ruined this family. Like, you fucking went with my boyfriend on this boat.
Pretty much.
And fucked him. And you're still fucking him.
You're still with him. So, whatever. But, yeah.
But that episode, but you had to wait it out. And then those last 5 minutes, we got Roy.
Unbelievable.
And like you said, dude... Deathstroke, full
on fucking.
And he took some people out too.
And you know what else? You know how the CW, they'll kind of take their own kind of personal outlook on costumes and shit like that.
Yeah,
that was spot on.
It really.
They really couldn't have done it any better.
Really was, dude.
And it was so cool because you heard the voice. You're just like, all right, we're gonna see Slade. Yeah, but he's gonna be in a
eye
suit.
patch suit Slade. I was so worried that they were gonna treat Slade like a kind of mob boss, that he was going to be just sitting behind the desk kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Clearly not.
And then we saw him full suited, and I was like, all right,
clearly that's not the case.
I'm sold. Absolutely. I'm all in. You know what's interesting, dude? Is we're talking about that great election campaign. Well, let's think of some fucking slogans for that. But
we'll have to do that for next time.
I promise to shed less blood. And
vote
Sebastian
for
blood.
Vote for blood. Or
blood
drain
in, blood
yours.
Blood in, blood out.
Blood for blood.
Blood for blood. I didn't blow up the... What the fuck's the place? The Glades.
The Glades.
Who did that? Oh, wait, my opponent did. Last week was interesting was when Slade says to Brother Blood, he says, don't underestimate Moria Queen. He knows she's a slimy, terrible human being. I think she is, personally.
I do, too.
He says, I'll take care of it myself. He doesn't tell Brother Blood to. He says, I'll take care of it myself. Are we going to see a kind of maybe Slade assassination attempt on Moria Queen?
Possibly.
And maybe that could be the first confrontation between Green Arrow and Slade?
Be. But, it's interesting how much he knows. It really makes you think how long he's been in the city for.
He's definitely been there a little bit.
Longer than Ollie has, I'd say.
You think he's been there longer than Ollie has?
I think so. If he knows this much already...
But why would he go? He's not from there. He wouldn't. Why would he go there before Ollie got back?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But
what do you think happened to him post Island? And what we're going
to find out.
We know Sarah and Ollie get separated, and Slade and Ollie fight because Ollie keeps alluding to the fact that he's fought someone with these powers before, and we know it's Slade. And the first episode we saw the Deathstroke mask with the arrow through it, and we know that's how he lost his eye. What happened after that? What happened before that? I want to see... Get us the good flashbacks. No more Lance family flashbacks, please.
But do you remember the Were you just talking about the very first episode, the very pilot?
The very first episode.
Do you remember how long his beard was? And we actually saw like a classic kind of Green Arrow look.
We did, yeah.
I wonder when we're gonna actually see like that. Like, it's obviously gonna be an island scene, but it could be another season from now. Who knows?
You know why I think they don't do it on the show? They got him going with the scruff and the beard. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they're not going to go with the so distinguished beard because
it's the CW, and they need sex appeal.
Well, not just that, but I just think it's a little overly obvious who it is.
Yeah,
to like distinguish. Like
true.
I know that exact like that. I'm not saying everyone can single out someone's beard, but like. If, like, the Green Arrow classic beard style, if you saw that on someone, because so little amount of... If this was the 1800s,
maybe
every motherfucker would be walking around with that kind of beard. But like, today, we see that, and we're like, Oliver Queen, what the fuck are you doing, pal?
We know it's you. But, big, obviously huge things to come. How many more episodes are left in the season?
10? I think that was the 13th.
10 more episodes to go in this season. We know we're going to see a third season.
Oh, yeah. Guaranteed.
There's absolutely going to be a third
CW's
season.
highest rated show.
So, expect to see more. But before we actually kind of, like, come out of this conversation, a friend of mine texted me the other day and asked me a kind of a funny and interesting question that'll really make you think, but I think I know what you're going to say. Marry, fuck, kill Felicity, Laurel, and Sarah. Who you got?
Oh.
Right? That's what I said.
All right. I'm going to surprise some people on this one.
All right. Well, let's hear it. I'll show you. I'll share with you mine after yours.
Okay. You marry Felicity.
Okay.
You marry
That's
Felicity.
what I said. I said marry Felicity.
All right. You marry Felicity because, she's good at tech stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's a little inappropriate sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's funny in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the youngest,
Mm-hmm.
Stay younger for longer.
I like it.
Right. Then fuck Laurel.
Really?
Because I would love to hate fuck the shit out of Laurel.
Wow.
And, like I said before, Felicity is the kind of girl, she's very nice, she's awesome. She's the kind of girl you make love to. Laurel Lance is the girl you hate fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You bend her over a table and you politely say, you get consent, obviously, and you plow.
Mm-hmm.
You kill Sarah Lance because, I don't know. Actually, with this open thing that now Sarah's bi, maybe marrying Sarah might be the right move now.
You think so? So you would kill Felicity, you think? See, now
yeah.
I got you in a full circle. Well, all right.
Oh, shit.
Here's the thing.
Well, I guess maybe I kill Felicity, marry Sarah, just so you can get, the George Elias three-way going.
That's right. And this is for George, because I know George wants to listen. So, George, this is for you, bud. But here's mine. I think I would marry Felicity because, she's just awesome. She's
cool.
Really hot. You get to come home to a hot
personality.
If you married her, you get to come home to a hot wife all the time.
And she's nice.
And yeah, she's got an awesome personality.
She's fun, yeah.
I would kill Laurel because you said you would hate fuck her, and I just fucking hate her. And fuck Sarah. You get three-way in there, maybe. I don't know.
Once.
It doesn't matter how many times.
If you marry Sarah, you get a life of three-ways possibly. With Katrina Law.
You can marry Felicity.
Andy Whitfield's
you can marry Felicity, but you could still fuck Sarah.
All right, okay. And now for the female viewers, we'll do a marry, fuck, kill.
Yeah, of course.
For guys. All right, so let's think of this. All right, Ollie, Slade.
Yep. And Roy.
Diggle. Oh no, we should do Ollie, Diggle, and Roy.
All right, and then we'll do other guys.
Let's not go through every guy. We'll do Ollie, Diggle, and because
and
we
Roy.
did and Roy. Okay, so all right, you go first on this one because I went first last time.
God. I think I would. Oh man, this is tough, man.
I've got mine. I got mine easy.
I think I would marry. I think I'd marry Ollie because he's just he's got money. I mean, whatever, and he's fucking badass. I would fuck Diggle as long as I didn't have to get fucked by him.
Dude, if Diggle fucks you, he fucking breaks you.
That's what I'm saying.
He is massive, man. He's bigger than Ollie.
I know.
Like David Ramsey, who plays it, that guy's in huge shape. Speaking of in shape, Sarah doing the bars this week.
That was fucking
Katie
cool,
Loyce,
man.
who plays her, is incredible.
She is. And she's hot.
She is.
She's really hot.
She's the one I picked to marry. I killed
That's
Felicity.
true. That's
And
true.
I just wanted to bang the Lance sisters.
And yeah, I would kill Roy just because he's a fucking hothead, and
Yeah.
I don't know if I can trust him.
I had a very similar one.
All right, what do you got?
I would marry Diggle
Really?
because one, he'd take you to Big Belly Burger.
Hey, you know what? I could still go. I could still go.
Well, Diggle is a good guy. You know what I mean?
Guy.
And he may have tried to date his sister's widow, his brother's widow.
His brother's widow, yeah.
But I mean, hey, the brother was out.
If your brother
had a hot wife,
and your brother died, I think your brother would want his wife
Eskimo Bros.
No, his wife to end up with someone who's nice, not like a shithead.
Yeah, like his brother.
So there you go.
I mean, all right, but yeah, Diggle, he's a good guy. He's got a really good personality.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you the truth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Diggle lying. He ain't going out and cheating on you
That's
on
true.
the side.
There's no way.
You know what I mean? Diggle's a one-man type of man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
So I'd pick Diggle. I'd fuck Ollie. One, because he's fucked every chick in the world and probably has picked up an STD at this point. But two, he's got a body that won't quit, so you gotta tap that.
And you would kill Roy.
I'd kill Roy because one, he's got superpowers and probably grabs your dick and it pops. And two, like you said, he's a hothead. Like he just like
yeah. Well, there you go. Marry, fuck, kill, arrow style. So, if you guys have any interesting input, let us know. Tweet at us, at Caped Informers.
Yep, Caped Informers. At the Caped Informers.
We're also going to have a blog. You guys can comment there, too.
Yeah.
We just got the blog up and running, so these podcasts we're going to attempt to get on there, too. And I think that's kind of it for this week.
Yeah, well...
What do you think? Anything else you want to add in there last minute?
There was one thing. One last final add-on. DC had that announcement this week about Jeff Johns and John Romita.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up, but we kind of moved on. But
Jeff Johns is now going to be writing Superman.
Which is cool.
Because Scott is leaving after issue 9 of Superman Unchained. So they wanted a real strong creative team on there. So they got Jeff Johns, and John Romita Jr. is coming over from Marvel to DC for the first time.
Which is cool.
So that's interesting.
Welcome.
We'll see how that goes.
Welcome
to
We
DC.
didn't talk much Marvel today.
Like we're fucking people from DC. Welcome, John.
There we are. We're big fans.
So this week, though, Marvel had a bunch of new releases, number ones.
Oh, really?
Including Miss Marvel #1, where they introduced the new Muslim Miss Marvel.
Oh.
She's a teenager.
And
I've heard only good things. They got a new #1 Wolverine out.
You have it right here, and I'm looking through it.
There, yep.
And
Logan has lost his healing abilities.
And the cover, he's holding a gun, folks. So.
Yeah. Logan's got to change up the whole way he fights. Another new release a few weeks back, Black Widow. I've only heard good things about this comic. They say the art's fantastic. And Marvel.
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
We got a whole slew of new releases.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so we got Magneto #1 coming out.
Yeah.
Iron Man #1, which looks kind of cool.
Nah, Iron Man's already on 22. That's been relaunched at Marvel now.
Captain Marvel.
I'm just talking about the ones this week in particular. Though.
Oh, okay. These are all the ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Moon Knight #1. That'd be interesting.
The Moon Knight is one I'm all in on.
Yeah, that might be interesting to read. Iron Patriot #1 too. So
yeah,
you got that. That's coming out in March.
Let's talk more comics next week. We've been talking shows and movies. Let's talk comics. We'll talk about favorite arcs. We'll talk about a few choice characters. Yo, tweet at us any characters you want us to talk about. Favorite arcs, any of that type of stuff. But
do you have
a trivia question?
You got a question this week or what?
Shit, I didn't really think of one, but I could try to think of one off the top of my head. You got one?
I can't think of one at the moment. Do you want to do like a comic one, or do you want to do a?
Shit, we should do a comic TV show one because we always do
comic TV show one. Okay. Well, since we talked about Arrow for a good majority of the time, we want to try to think of an Arrow trivia question, or
Arrow trivia. You got anything?
I kind of want to make. I don't know. It depends on if you want to make it difficult or easy. What do you? I don't know.
Come on, we got something. We got to get something out.
By the way, we have to give out a shout out to someone because Mr. Adam Strand answered our first question so long ago. So, Adam Strand, good job. Here's your shout out. What's up from us? And we're actually kind of looking at trivia questions right now, but I just wanted to say it's
All right, hey,
here we go.
Here, why don't you ask him what that means right there?
Which one?
What all these clubs name is?
Is that the question?
Well, no, what's it mean? And why is it what? He's learning how to read, guys. That's what he's doing.
There, I can't read.
God damn it! All right,
you can ask it.
Never mind then.
You don't want to ask that?
No.
Oh,
All right, guys. We'll just talk to you next week. No trivia question this week.
All right, we couldn't think of one. So if you guys are really banking
unprepared.
on that, don't worry. I mean, if you want, we could say I don't know what color are Batman's gloves in the 0 year and for his new
there
suit.
You go.
So check that out.
There you go. That's fine.
So we'll tweet out the question. What color is Batman's gloves and Scott Schneider's 0 year?
Scott Schneider and Greg Capullo.
So check that out, and we'll try to get you guys in next week, huh?
Yep, sounds good.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
All right, peace.